Ukraine's former defense minister, Mykhailo Fedorov, says his removal from office was the result of efforts to reform the country's military procurement system rather than personal conflicts inside the government. In an interview published on Wednesday, Fedorov said his attempts to introduce competitive tender-based procurement and restructure the defense ministry threatened entrenched interests, triggering resistance from within the establishment. Fedorov served as defense minister for just 6 months before being dismissed in a broader government reshuffle ordered by President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The shakeup also saw changes at the highest levels of Ukraine's political and military leadership, as Kyiv seeks to sustain its war effort against Russia while managing growing internal pressures. According to Fedorov, the defense ministry's procurement process required fundamental reform. He said his goal was to replace opaque purchasing mechanisms with a transparent competitive system designed to improve efficiency, accountability, and the delivery of equipment to Ukrainian forces. But he claims those reforms encountered stiff resistance from officials who opposed changes to long-standing practices. Fedorov says the backlash eventually evolved into political pressure and negative media campaigns that paved the way for his dismissal. The former minister also rejected suggestions that his removal was the result of a personal feud with former armed forces commander Oleksandr Syrskyi. Instead, he described their disagreements as differences in strategic vision and management style rather than personal animosity. Fedorov's dismissal sparked rare public protests in Kyiv, with demonstrators calling for his reinstatement. Supporters argue that he helped modernize Ukraine's military by accelerating innovation, particularly in drone warfare and defense technology, while pushing greater transparency within the ministry. His successor, acting defense minister Yevhenii Khmara, has already outlined a different wartime approach. Khmara says Ukraine must focus on asymmetric warfare, relying on precision strikes, innovation, and efficient logistics rather than attempting to match Russia's larger military resources directly. The controversy comes at a critical moment for Ukraine, as Russian attacks continue across the country and Kyiv works to maintain Western military support while strengthening its own defense industry. Questions over procurement, accountability, and wartime leadership are now taking center stage alongside the battlefield itself. As Ukraine faces continued Russian military pressure, the political fallout from the defense ministry's shakeup is adding another layer of uncertainty. Whether procurement reforms continue under the new leadership could have significant implications for Kyiv's military effectiveness and its relationships with Western partners.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to Mirror Now.